Welcome back to Jersey Matters, making life just a little bit easier for those in New Jersey with special needs, and especially some people who are often forgotten, their families. That's the mission of the two people you're about to meet. Pierre Louis is a board member at Ability Tree, New Jersey, and Kit Freed is a volunteer at Ability New Jersey. Thank you, Ability Tree, New Jersey. Thank you both for joining us. What is Ability Tree, New Jersey?
Great. So Ability Tree, New Jersey is a nonprofit that was started about 10 years ago, and the founders' names are Joe and Jen Butler, and they had a child who was diagnosed with a disability. And it was really tough for them in the beginning, and they just felt called to begin a nonprofit that would support not only the child with a disability, but also the family of that child with a disability, and to also provide recreation, education, support, and training for the community to support families impacted by disability.
And one of the things I thought I really liked about this charity is that it's not just focused on the person with a disability, although that's important, but on their family. You give them a break.
Yes, they have a unique thing called Respite Night, which right now is done every other month, where parents who have children with disabilities can drop off both the disabled child and their siblings for about 3 hours. So the adults can go shopping, take a nap, have date night, get a respite from their life. And each of the kids that gets dropped off, both the disabled child and a non-disabled child, gets their own buddy for the evening. So they get special attention. And they've been at places like Pump It Up Playhouse, Recess Theater, lots of fun activities for the kids with one-on-one interaction with the volunteer.
Yeah, and it's so astute that you're doing that, because when there's a family with a disability, and we have some people with special needs in my family, all of the attention seems to go to that child, and the other children somehow feel left out. So the fact that you were able to zero in on that is commendable. But you don't just have these respite nights, you do a lot.
That's right. We also have an ability camp. So one week in July, we actually have volunteers from New Jersey and Arkansas who come to a camp in Pennsylvania, and we provide a fantastic camp for adults with intellectual and developmental disabilities. And they just have a chance to have fun, and their parents have a chance to, again, have some respite and stay back home. And we just love on them. We give them attention. We just give them a cool week where they can have fun, hang out, have a chance to just learn about their volunteers. And it is a fantastic experience. I actually took my son, who's 14, to volunteer with us, and he learned a lot in that week.
And you're a board member.
I am.
But I would think that the backbone of what you do are the volunteers.
That's right.
And why did you volunteer?
Actually, my daughter started volunteering. She's a high school student. She did it the first time. She has a need to help people with special needs. And I got involved, and now my younger son, who's a sophomore, is also being involved. It's a great way to understand about kids with special needs, to learn more about yourself, your ability to interact in situations where you might be a little less comfortable or you're just not very familiar, to understand that everybody has gifts and joys and experiences just like you do. And then you also know you're doing something great for people, for the families, and for the kids themselves.
But you're doing something great for yourself and your children as well, aren't you?
Absolutely, absolutely.
I mean, I would think that you get as much out of this as the people that you're serving.
Maybe more in some ways. You really do learn a lot about yourself. I think you approach life differently. I think you see people differently. I think it's great that the kind of things we do involve younger children being able to volunteer, high school age kids, right, being kind of the backbone of our volunteers.
And that's got to be music to your ears, because that's what you need, volunteers, and you need kind people to come forward and support you.
Absolutely. And the fantastic thing is, whether you've been working with people with disabilities for 20 years, or you've never worked with somebody with a disability, we make it a fun experience and a fun environment where you can come in and just start to help out right away. And we appreciate every volunteer that comes.
So where do people go to if they want to volunteer, or if they want to support you with funding? Where do they go? Sure.
So they can go to abilitytree.org/New Jersey. We're also on social media at Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at AbilityTreeNJ, and you can go there and find out information about how to volunteer for our respite nights, our camps, and our upcoming one on the 29th.
And it's not just children, right? It's adults as well.
Adults with disabilities as well. Our SociAbility nights are designed just for adults with disabilities, so they can interact with other adults with disabilities, also interact with our volunteers, and do adult activities. Same thing, they get dropped off or they come on their own and can enjoy an adult activity. Then the next time they go to a SociAbility event, they get to reconnect with people they met before. Twice a year, we also have a Christmas party for the families, adults and children with disabilities. We've been at Fall Festival, gone out to Johnson's Farm and done a hayride and picking pumpkins.
It sounds like you always have something going on,
We do.
which is wonderful, both the children and the adults and the families, which is so important. And you have a big fundraiser coming up, right?
We do. So on the 29th, we have a fundraiser at Robbinsville High School, and it's going to be our inaugural 5K run and 1 mile walk for people with disabilities as well as the general public as well.
Thank you so much for being here. Thanks for all you
Thank you
do.
very much,
We really appreciate it.
you.
Pierre Louis is a board member at Ability Tree, New Jersey, and Kit Freed is a volunteer at Ability Tree, New Jersey. Jersey Matters continues right after this. Still to come on Jersey Matters, if you have a great idea but not a lot of income, Dawn has someone you should meet. Next on Jersey Matters.